is good? Man, yo, did y'all just hear that interview Donald Trump just finished up? Yo, dude is off his fucking rocker for real. Yo, if y'all don't get out there to vote to keep this man out of the White House, I just don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, because he cannot be anywhere near power. He cannot be anywhere near Washington, D.C. in charge of any goddamn thing. Yo, and if you're black and still supporting him after the interview I just heard, then your ass is part of the problem. Straight up. I can't say what I posted earlier. Facebook actually made me delete my post because they said it went against community guidelines. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta say shit the way it needs to be said. And I said that shit. So, anyhow, I can't even... even for Donald Trump, I was shocked at what I heard. Literally shocked. This dude is... I don't know if he just really has no concept of reality, or is his mind like really gone? You know, I mean, they talk so much shit about Biden, you know, and his cognitive abilities, but yo, Donald Trump's just as bad, if not worse. He got something going on a whole nother level that definitely needs to be talked about. This man has, I mean, 34-time convicted criminal. Okay, convicted sexual predator, fraudster, grifter, draft dodging coward. I don't understand how he has so many people supporting him with the bullshit. And then the lies he tells, the lies are rapid fire, back to back. He lies about every damn thing. Come on, dude, if you... And y'all still... And he doesn't even lie about shit that's hard to fact check. He lies about obvious shit. And y'all still support this motherfucker as if he is the second coming of Christ. What the hell is going on in America today? Is it that bad for you that you gotta give away your freedoms and vote totally against your best self-interest because you're mad at a political party, or because prices are a little bit high? You think Donald Trump is gonna do anything about inflation? And let me explain this to you. Inflation has absolutely zero to do with high prices. High prices are the product of greedy corporations trying to increase their bottom line. Period. We need a little inflation in the market. It's a necessity actually to have some inflation in the market. But the problem isn't whether it's the Democrats screwing up America, because that is so far from the truth. So far from the truth. We got these fucking Confederates over here on the Republican side. Do you understand that the Confederacy was a rebellion against America? Against these United States? Do you understand that? And then this big debate going on the Republican side about Kamala Harris not being qualified, to be the presidential nominee, and it's illegal for her, to be at the top of the ticket. Where do y'all get this bullshit from? Where? She's the vice president. She's the current sitting vice president. Why do we have a vice president? So that if something goes wrong with the president, the vice president can step in and take over. Next in line, a heartbeat away from the Oval Office. And it can actually work to the Republicans' favor if shit got even worse. Because if Kamala Harris, for some reason, couldn't take over the office, guess who's next in line? The Speaker of the House. The system is set up for continuity of power. So to say that because Joe Biden stepped aside, Kamala is not qualified or illegally put in a position, to run for office. That's what the fucking vice presidents are for. She's the vice president currently, which also makes her second in line within the Democratic Party, because she's a Democrat, obviously. But she's also the president of the Senate. Do you understand that? They got our whole system so screwed up now because it doesn't work anywhere near how it's supposed to work. The founders, I'm not going to say the founding fathers, but the founders of our state, of our Constitution, were pretty smart dudes, I think. As I research how the Constitution came about and how they put it together and the rules that were put in place, the Senate was designed to have 100 senators. Okay? 2 senators from each state. And the vice president was designated as the president of the Senate to be the tie-breaking vote on any Senate legislation. So it didn't matter if there were Democrats or Republicans in the majority or the minority. If it came down to a 50-50 vote, the vice president was the tie-breaking vote. And the way it's supposed to work is that if you come to a tie, and say, for instance, the Republicans are in the majority, it's up to the Democrats to state their case and convince the vice president to vote their way, if they can make the case for that, or vice versa. But they've come up with this supermajority bullshit, the filibuster, which has the Senate all screwed up. So now, the United States Senate is run and controlled by the minority. This country wasn't set up to be ruled by the minority. it's a republic. It's really not a democracy. It was designed for majority rule. Majority vote is what it was supposed to be. Not this bullshit they come up with this filibuster rule where, well, we have to have a 60% majority now to pass any major legislation. That's bullshit. That's not how it was designed to be. I'm so fucking fed up with the shit that's going on. And it has nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans. But then it does, because the Republicans are really, really, truly trying to take us back to the 1800s. They're trying to fuck it up for you if you're black or brown. Believe that. You got these idiots out there like Tim Scott dancing a jig, running around here with his fucking court jester smile. Yes, a boss. Yes, a boss. Yes, a massa. You need me to do this for you, massa? What? Get the fuck out of here. Really? Ted Cruz, they don't like you either. Ted Cruz. You're born of immigrants. They don't like you. Oh, they love the fact that you're on their sides because it gives them that extra vote that they need, that support that they need. But deep down inside, they hate your ass too. Donald Trump called your wife ugly, dude. Called your wife ugly to your face, damn near. And you didn't even try to defend her. Your little weak ass, that little weak ass response you came up with. And now you're kissing been kissing Trump's ass since he was first in office. Really? Rubio, little Marco, remember that? Little Marco? They don't like your ass either. Your people came to America for liberty and truth and justice. You are a disgrace to your Cuban ancestry. You are. Little Marco. Ted Cruz, you're a disgrace to your Cuban ancestry too. You're running around here, got everybody thinking you're the white man from Texas, and your ass ain't even white. What the fuck is going on? But anyway, let me. I'm off on a crazy rant right now, but let me bring it back in. Bring it back in. Let's get back to this damn. I wish I had clips. I didn't even have time to get any clips ready. Listen. I know a lot of you don't like to watch the news, or you say you don't watch the news. I know so many people get out here publicly claiming they don't watch the news, but as soon as they get home, they're turning on the fucking news. Listen, the news media is not all bad. If you got any fucking common sense, it's real easy to weed through the bullshit and figure out what's true and what's not. But when you hear shit with your own ears and you see it with your own eyes, that should tell you something. These motherfuckers in the Republican Party are telling you who they are. And the only reason I can think that you support them is because you probably believe that shit, or you think the same exact way that they do. And if you're black in America, then you's a dumb motherfucker for supporting the Republican Party. I'm not talking about conservatives. I'm talking about this Republican Party. Because me personally, I'm not Democrat. I'm damn sure not Republican. I consider myself independent. But I lean a little bit to the left. There used to be a time I leaned a little bit to the right. It just all depended on what the issues were at the time and who was talking the best game. See, that's how our politics are supposed to work. We got to get rid of this party bullshit for one. But all of you out here pledging your allegiance to Donald Trump, y'all are fucked up. It's not about Donald Trump. Donald Trump ain't shit. Donald Trump don't care about nobody but Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't even care about his own fucking blood. Right now, all he's trying to do is stay out of prison. But if he would go somewhere and sit the fuck down and just disappear, they probably wouldn't try to lock him up. He could walk away and disappear into a nice, cushy lifestyle and live out his elder years in comfort. But nah, he out here wilding. For real. And after that interview today with the Association of Black Journalists, I can't believe this motherfucker said. He said Kamala Harris never identified as a black woman, and he didn't know she was black until recently. Are you fucking kidding me? He also said she didn't pass the bar exam. She was tops in her fucking class in law school. She went to Howard University, one of the top HBCUs in the country. She's an AKA. You can't be more black than being an AKA. I'm not even with the sororities and the fraternities, but you can't be more black than an AKA. I've never known Kamala Harris not to identify as a black woman. In fact, I didn't realize she was black and Indian until she started making public headlines as a U.S. Senator. I always thought she was a black woman. And she is a black woman. She's biracial, she's multicultural, and that's okay. That's okay. But she's black. But here's the thing. Donald Trump said some outrageous shit today. And if you got any common sense, you get your ass out here in November and you will vote against this motherfucker. I know a lot of you don't like the Democratic Party, but guess what? At least with the Democratic Party, you got an opportunity to change shit. You got an opportunity to participate and try to make something different happen. But if you get Donald Trump back in office, if you help this motherfucker get reelected, it's over. You'll literally be looking at the last elected U.S. president. This motherfucker let it come out his own mouth last week, and now he's trying to clean that shit up. He told the Christians if they help him get elected, they'll never have to vote again. And that bullshit explanation he gave yesterday talking about what he meant was he'll fix everything for them in regards to their issues so that they won't have to worry about having to vote again. No, that's not what the fuck he meant. He literally meant they'll never have to vote again because they won't be able to vote again. Because you think in 4 years, you think he's going to leave office? He's putting all the pieces in place now, hoping that he wins this next election. Because if he gets back in there, he ain't never going to leave. The man told you he's going to be a dictator on day one. He says just one day. You're not a dictator for just one day. You know the old saying, absolute power corrupts absolutely? Donald Trump is absolutely corrupt. He's a grifter. Again, he's a draft-dodging coward who ran away and lied and did everything he could to get out of serving this country. I'm a veteran. I can never support anybody remotely close to Donald Trump. Can't do it. And I'm no patriot, but guess what? I love my country. This is my country. I was born and raised here. I don't know any other country or culture. This is the land that bore me. Doesn't matter where my ancestors came from. I had somebody tell me the other day, oh man, you denying your blackness? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I'm not African, so don't call me African American. I'm American, born and bred. Doesn't matter how we got here. This is where we are. And this is where we need to be proud of, because this is where we were born. This is where I was born. If you were born in Africa, and whatever country in Africa, that's what you are. Whether you be Nigerian or Kenyan or Mozambican or whatever they call them, or South African or Congolese or Sudanese or Ethiopian, Egyptian. I wasn't born in any of those countries. I was born here in the good old US of A, Oxnard, California, raised in New Jersey, currently residing in South Florida. This is my home. All my children are born and raised here in these United States. And I'm going to do everything I can to keep my home free. And I hope you do too. Just watch the news tonight. Watch the news tonight. Listen to what Donald Trump said during that interview today. And hey, if after you hear that you still want to support him, hey, more power to you, but don't fucks with me, because I can't fucks with you. I'm your man's Ken Jackson. This has been the Ken Jackson Experience. I am out.